Hey, it's Matt from HowToMotorcycleRepair.com. In today's video, I just want to cover two different chemicals or fluids I use to clean carburetors. Here on the right here is Berryman Chem Dip, and I bought this at Walmart for like 17 bucks. I think AutoZone has it for like up to 30 bucks or whatever. So this is probably the best dip you can buy at a store. You know, you can just walk into Walmart or AutoZone and buy it. Anything more heavy duty, I'm not sure how us folks that work in the garage can get our hands on it. But this stuff's pretty nasty, so you definitely want to wear gloves and eye protection so you just don't get any on you. And then this dip comes with a little parts basket. Now, I don't have real dirty carbs. These carbs here aren't very dirty. They're a little bit dirty. So what I'm going to dip in here is all the brass stuff. And I'm going to put this in there as well. It's a little greasy, so let's just throw that in there. The float bowl, you can see that gunk on there right there. And I'm throwing in all the brass jets. And the instructions say 15 minutes or so. I typically just let it go overnight, depending how bad it is. So just lower it in slowly. I just try to cap it right away because it stinks, man. So you don't want to put any rubber parts in here. It'll just eat the rubber away. Also, when you store this, store it on a block of wood or something with the right on the concrete that does something. So this is a great cleaner, and the advantage is if you don't have, you know, it cleans really well. However, the disadvantage is there's no way I can throw these carbs in as is. You got all these rubber parts, plastic parts. There's O-rings here, and definitely you got to take the throttle blades out because some carburetors have rubber seals on the throttle shaft. These, I believe, have felt or something, but in any case, these are nowhere near stripped down enough to dip them in there. So that's where the Pinesol comes in handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill a bucket up with a 1-to-1 ratio. Since they're not too dirty. Some guys use it straight up, or 2 parts Pinesol, 1 part water. And really, what I like about this stuff is it'll clean the exterior of the carbs too. I mean, getting in all these nooks and crannies to get all this dirt out is really tedious with carb clean and a bristle brush, a toothbrush, or whatever. So I really like to just dip it, set it overnight, 2 nights, whatever, and just let it do its work. These carbs in here, actually inside the carburetor isn't too dirty. I can just use some carb clean, but I'm just going to dip them because I have time on my hands. It's pretty cold and rainy out, so I can't ride anyway. So I'm also going to dip these boots because they're kind of greasy and all these parts. And just for a comparison, I want to see how this float bowl cleans up compared to the Chem Dip here. So let me get some water in the bucket. We'll throw that in there, and then you know, tomorrow night I'll probably just open all this up and let you see how it looks. Up close, here's what it looks like. They're just kind of really greasy on the outside. Not too bad on the inside. But here's a before shot. And I stripped down as much as I could. You know, all the brass jets are out, and same with the air cutoffs and the top vacuum slides. So it'll be interesting to see how clean they come out. Alright, so I have the carbs in there. Just throw that stuff in there too. And Pinesol's cheap. This is $5. You know, you can get a gallon for 10 bucks or so. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run inside the house, and I'm going to just keep adding water until that is full. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I have some water in here. You can see it's fully submerged. I would say it's a 4-to-1 ratio, or 5-to-1, or 6-to-1, and there's way more water than Pinesol, but my garage smells really fresh right now. So yeah, this stuff is stinks. So I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. And I'm just gonna let it sit. So I'll probably just leave it set for 24 hours. I'm not in a rush. Both the Chem Dip and the Pinesol, and then I'll meet you back here and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so it's been 24 hours. Let's take this stuff out of the Chem Dip first. And I have some warm water here in this bucket, which we'll use to rinse the parts off with. Again, I'm putting on my safety glasses here. And I got gloves on because it is pretty nasty. So just give it a rinse and then put it on your workbench here. Goes back into storage on my wood block here off the concrete. And it smells like a freaking janitor's office in here, or closet. Alright, just give it a nice rinse. The nice thing about Pinesol is once you're done with this stuff, you can just dump it right down your drain. Chem Dip, I don't know what you do with that when you need to get rid of it. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, so taking a quick look at this, they look fairly degreased. It looks like there's a little bit of stuff everywhere, but if I just run my finger over it, it cleans up pretty well. Like this right here. There's a little bit of grease that was used to hold the diaphragms down. That's all coming apart nicely. So overall, it looks pretty good. Again, it was only 24 hours, and it was a weak dilution. This was probably the dirtiest part. You can see this is the Pinesol. You know, it didn't really take that off too well compared to this. This is the float bowl from the from the Chem Dip. So I think I'm going to re-dip this in Chem. See, I mean, didn't do a great job degreasing it, but you know, I'll put these two back in the Chem Dip for sure. But the brass out of the Chem Dip looks great. I mean, that's, you know, you want these super clean, so that all looks good. And of course, I'll blow this all out of, you know, with compressed air and whatnot, so it'll and carb clean. I always follow up through all the ports and make sure that it's good. So anyway, this was just a quick video. Pinesol versus Chem Dip. I use both, and I use the traditional method of just cheap carb clean. I use cheap carb clean for carbs that are not too dirty. Berryman makes a carb clean that's really good. I use that when the carbs are really dirty. So that'll be it for this video. I just wanted to show you, you know, the couple methods that I use. So check out my site, howtomotorcyclerepair.com. Subscribe to my channel. I'll have a ton of good videos on, you know, just working out in the garage on bikes and stuff. So stay tuned.